You're listening to Weekly AI News with Shaily. Hey everyone, it's Shailendra Kumar here, back with your front row seat to the latest and honestly, the most audacious developments in artificial intelligence this week. Now, imagine AI not just as a clever chatbot or a nifty recommendation engine, but as a force that's reshaping power grids, rewriting federal laws, and recalibrating entire industries all in real time. That's exactly where we are this week. So buckle up because AI just went from ambitious to absolutely audacious. And it's changing the game faster than you can say machine learning. Let's jump right in with the 5 breakthroughs that made waves from March 16th to 23rd. Spoiler alert, they reveal something way bigger is happening beneath the surface. First up, a crucial pivot on the governance front. Last Friday, March 20th, the White House unveiled its national policy framework for AI. The headline: A firm push for federal preemption over state level AI laws. In other words, one big cohesive set of rules nationwide rather than the patchwork mess we've been dealing with. The framework stakes out some familiar ground: child safety, infrastructure development, intellectual property protection, and free speech. But here's the kicker: it calls on Congress to shield ratepayers from the soaring electricity costs linked to new AI data centers, recognizing that powering AI is no small matter. Now, why does this matter? Because for the first time, the US government is signaling it wants to control the narrative, the rulebook, and the pace of AI innovation, but with a light touch hand. And here's my hot take: while cohesion sounds good, a light touch might be a double edged sword. It's like telling a teenager to behave, then handing them the car keys. Are we ready for that kind of responsibility in AI governance? More on that in a bit. Moving seamlessly from policy halls to power plants, let's zoom in on infrastructure. Nscale Global Holdings dropped a bombshell on March 16th. Their acquisition of American Intelligence and Power Corporation, or AIPCorp, creating the world's first vertically integrated energy to compute AI hyperscaler. Picture this: an 8 gigawatt AI data center project in West Virginia that doesn't just consume electricity, it essentially owns and controls its own energy source. This isn't just a data center, it's a sprawling AI energy empire. Why is this huge? Because AI isn't just hungry, it's ravenous. And with energy costs and availability being the biggest choke points for scaling AI, this move represents a new breed of company that's no longer content to rent power. They want to generate it. For this reason alone, Nscale's strategy could become the blueprint for how AI powers itself in the decades ahead. If you ever wondered if space race means more than rockets, this is your answer: a space race on Earth. Now, speaking of intelligence embedded directly into the world around us, AMD made big waves on March 17th by launching a fresh lineup of embedded processors geared specifically for physical AI applications. I'm talking about robots, industrial PCs, and machine vision systems that can now run complex billion parameter AI models locally at power envelopes between 5 and 50 watts. That's like having a mini brain on the edge capable of heavy lifting without sucking a power plant dry. For manufacturers and logistics companies, this could be transformative. Imagine robots that don't just follow preset instructions but can reason, adapt, and learn autonomously on site, speeding up production lines and cutting costs. Plus, with the energy efficiency, it's kind of like the robots finally figuring out how to stop asking for so many coffee breaks. Power breaks, that is. This leads us right into the frontier feast of research pushing AI from scripted assistants to autonomous agents. Researchers are no longer content with chatbots or copilots. We're seeing leaps in agentic AI and multimodal systems that can plan, execute, and reason through complex, multi step tasks independently. Noteworthy work hit our salve this week with papers like Mean Flow Meets Control, exploring swarm robotic control, and Trader Bench, testing agent robustness in adversarial financial markets. On the commercial side, OpenAI's GPT 5.4 now boasts a million token context window with native computer control. while Anthropic's Claude 4.6 features adaptive thinking and dynamic effort controls. What does this mean? AI is moving from being a passive tool to a proactive digital partner, one that can think ahead, cross reference multiple data types, and adapt on the fly. So here's a question for you. When will we hand over entire workflows to these autonomous AI agents, and are we ready for what that means? Which brings us to the punchy, perhaps unsettling economic reality, the job market earthquake. The AI revolution isn't knocking politely, it's storming through. Just last month in late February, Block slashed over 4,000 jobs, nearly half its workforce, explicitly citing AI as a cause. CEOs across the tech industry are predicting more of this. Fortune magazine dubbed the week ending February 28th as the dawn of AI's collar economy. It's a scenario where productivity gains flow straight to capital owners, while human workers get left behind, a phenomenon now being called ghost GDP. It's a real, raw challenge, forcing us all to wrestle with what employment looks like in the age of autonomous AI. So, what ties all these threads together? I see a deeper shadow trend. AI is no longer merely consuming resources, it's capturing them. From Nscale's integrated energy empire to policies aimed at controlling energy costs, from AMD's edge AI hardware embedding intelligence into the physical world, through to autonomous agents reshaping workflows, and finally to mass layoffs signaling AI's capture of human capital. This is AI's full spectrum consolidation of power. It's as if AI is becoming its own economic ecosystem, controlling not just the software, but the energy, the hardware, and the labor that fuels value creation. Now, here's my contrarian verdict on the White House policy framework. It's commendable, but ultimately insufficient. The light touch approach may inadvertently hobble the nimble, localized innovation states could offer through regulatory sandboxes, while Washington's broad stroke federal preemption could create a governance lag, a gap during which AI infrastructure and job market upheavals accelerate unchecked. We need regulation as smart and nimble as the technology it governs. Anything less risks being a footnote in a story where AI writes the chapters. Before we wrap up, here's a takeaway worth reflecting on. AI isn't just a tool we use, it's becoming a force that controls its own ecosystem. Recognizing this changes the entire conversation about innovation, policy, and ethics. If you found today's insights valuable, hop over to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter and LinkedIn, or catch my latest articles on Medium. I love hearing your thoughts, questions, and predictions. So don't be shy, reach out. And as always, if you want to stay ahead of the AI curve, hit subscribe, share this episode with your network, and join the conversation. This is Shaily signing off. Until next week, keep questioning, keep innovating, and remember, in AI, the future is already here, just unevenly distributed.